Hi, everybody. Sorry, I see your hands waving on the screen. And so what do? I wave my hand instead of pressing that wave button. I'll get with the program someday. This is Battenkill Fibers, and you're live at the mill. Only you're live in the shop because it's loud in the mill. My back hurts. Here's Carol.
Hi there. Welcome. Oh, there's a lot of people.
Well, they came to see the thing you're wearing.
Did they? Good.
Yeah, I tried to steal it yesterday.
I know.
She left it laying on her desk, and I saw it there, and I just put it on. And I tried walking by her, and she saw me.
Yeah, that's not happening.
There's Andrea from
Yep.
614 Knit Studio. Well, someday we're going to Ohio
I know we are. Yep.
on a road trip.
Yep. I was just listening to a podcast. We need to go to Texas, too.
Oh, Texas?
Yeah.
Ohio's on the way. Hey, how about our great-looking pictures?
Is that Hannah?
Hannah Bell. Yeah, Hannah
Let her
Bell
in?
Knits. Let her in.
There you are.
Bell Knits designed our new thing. that
Yeah,
says
she
we're
did a great
having
job.
live. And the picture of us.
Yeah.
It's all
Hi,
very cool.
hi.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Hannah.
Oh, Andrea
Hey.
from 614 said the picture was good. Of
It
us.
was
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You did a
nice.
good job.
Thank you.
I just got back from physical therapy where I took a chill, and now I'm drinking hot liquids.
Hey, it's so cold up there. Here, it's not quite warm yet. It's like 60 something outside today.
Really? Oh, dear.
Add that to our list. Right? Tennessee is
I
really
do
right
wanna go
by
to Nashville.
Ohio. Yeah.
Come visit. We'd love to have you. My husband won't know what to do with you, but he'd love to have you.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what to do with us.
You know, if we go anywhere, Carol,
Yeah.
it's got to be in a rental truck. Because we got
We
more
could
wool.
go in comfort.
We got more wool we got to go get.
Okay.
It's been a year.
Yeah, I know.
That Corriedale we got last
Yeah,
year is
yeah.
almost gone.
Yep.
And they're shearing again.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to go get that wool again.
Huh. Yeah.
And now
Hmm.
Gail's working on a deal to get Cornell's wool.
Oh.
Yeah. Because
Fancy.
wants Dorset like this, like tonight's
What?
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking at my list.
All right. We got quite a lot of things we want to talk about. So for people who just joined us, I'm Mary Jeanne,
I'm Carol.
and we're your live from the mill usuals, but now we have a ringer, somebody who knows what she's doing. Our new marketing
Hi.
director, Hannah. And Hannah
Hi.
wrote the book on all this.
Yeah.
I mean, she literally wrote slow knitting and seasonal slow knitting, and she's the publisher of By Hand Cereal, and she works for us.
Yes.
And she's really cleaned up our act.
Still, she's trying.
Yeah, look at that look. She says, you call that cleaned up? She found us a great guest.
Some days the introduction might wear off, but today is not that day.
She found us a really good
Yeah,
guest.
that's great.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
excited.
we knew Solitude Wool, and we
Right.
knew Kathy, and we knew Gretchen. I mean,
Well, you did. I don't know them yet.
oh, because
Yeah.
you weren't in my booth. You were in your booth
Right.
at Rhinebeck when they came to
Right.
call.
That's
So
it.
anyhow, I know them, and now you're going to see Kathy.
Yep.
But so why don't, Hannah, since you found her, you get to introduce her.
So, Solitude Wool, for me, I'm learning more about the brand right now because they're one of our longstanding clients at the mill. But I got to hear from Kathy this week, who scheduled a consultation with me to talk about the launch of a brand new product. And she's going to tell you all about that product. And during our discussion, I got to hear about Solitude Wools as a brand, and they've been around for a while. They've changed hands a few times. Gretchen, the other half of Solitude Wool, is not able to be with us tonight, but we have Kathy, who is really excited to talk about this brand new yarn that they've been working on.
Solitude Wool, many folks probably have heard of us before. We started in 2006 with a goal of doing breed-specific yarns and fibers. And we like to do sock yarns, because you get more knitting pleasure for your dollar, with sock yarns. But they're not easy to make. And we've all heard about microfibers in the water. I think a lot of us have it. There's a great paper the EPA put out, which is very readable. We can, and it gives us some concrete clues on what to do. But microfiber in the water, we put nylon in socks, and nylon's only been around since 1938, not even 100 years. But none of us were around, and remember, well, most of us weren't around during that time. So
I feel like
we were not around. And but now, and we put it in our yarns for good reason. It makes our fabrics more durable, long lasting. You can put them in the wash. But now 8 million pounds of microfibers, not just from nylon, polyester and other petroleum based fibers, they shed off from the wash into the water, and it ends up, in our local fibers, in our local water sheds, and as well as the ocean. So we wanted to reduce that as much as possible. And heck, we made socks for a lot longer without nylon than with nylon. So how hard could it be? Yeah, except that nobody remembers. So, MJ, you guys have been so great with us. We work in small batches. You guys know this. And we sent you some Dorset, pulled Dorset, so not the rare stuff, and some Cotswold, which is on the list of the rare fibers. There it is. And Dorset is great because, yes, Dorset is great because of its bulk. It's a very cushiony fiber. Woo! It bounces back, right?
Yeah.
And Cotswold is beautiful because it's a long wool, very lustrous. Look, you could put that right in your hair.
It does look like MJ's hair.
It does look like a decent.
Maybe that's why you like me. I look like a Wensleydale.
And a Cotswold, and a Cotswold.
She has Wensleydale. She doesn't have any Cotswold.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. That's what you see in me.
So, where we like the Cotswold for its length and strength. Long wools they're thicker. Some people use the word coarser, but they're thicker and therefore stronger than fine wools like merino, or narrow wools like merino. And so we wanted to blend the two to see if it would make a nice strong sock yarn. So we tried out a 15% blend, 15 Cotswold, 85 Dorset, and then a 30% Cotswold, and a 70% of the Dorset. And there she's holding up two naked skeins. Yep, I got two skeins that Gretchen doesn't leave anything undyed. That's not true, but she loves to dye. And so to do a blind test, in other words, we don't know. I don't know. Only Gretchen knows which one is the 30% and which one is the 15% of the long wool. And we gathered up, well, now, Hannah, yours is on your way. You're going to get it by Thursday. About 18 now knitters who all said they swore they could knit on a deadline, and they swore they would put their reports in and send me pictures. And they all are knitting away and walking and wearing their socks as we speak. And this has been going on. We sent them
from Nebraska. She would do this. We got to reach out.
We sent them the yarn in January, right after the new year. And we wanted them to be done by mid-February at the latest, so they could be walking and wearing. And, I have one of those little fitness tracker things. And so mine says that I've walked 117 miles in my socks.
Wow.
So far. Well, which sounds like a lot, but if I were actually walking, I wear them a lot. What's that?
I should disclose that I'm not performing the same testing duties that everyone else is.
Okay, well, so there's a mom of 3, and she says, I am not getting out there for my hikes, but I wear these socks constantly.
Well,
and she sent me a picture. She's wearing a hole in hers, and I just today had to do my first darning on a heel.
Oh.
So I don't know, but I suspect because this heel is quite a bit thicker than this one was, I suspect this is the 30%. And now, Gretchen, we had prototype colors. So this one is kind of a coppery orange, I think, and it is the same fiber as the golden one here. And
It's
then
beautiful.
Interesting to know for sure.
Oh,
I can't wait
I
to
can't
see
wait. I
this
gotta wait.
yarn. I can't wait to take photos of this yarn. So it's
I
gonna be
have to
fun.
wait until April to find out. So we're
Wow.
walking and wearing and walking and wearing. And then by 15 April, just a little before tax day, everybody's going to put their final report in with all these data points about, what gauge they knit it at, how far they actually did walk. Did they wash it by hand or in the machine? How many times did they do that? And then they're sending us pictures at the very end, and they're going to weigh their socks. I think that's going to be kind of fun. Hopefully in grams, right?
Right.
we can convert.
And one weighed more than the other. I can't remember at this moment, but one of my socks weighed more than the other at the beginning.
So you have one of each.
Everyone gets one of each.
Everyone is walking around wearing 2 different color socks.
Oh, I love it.
Now, what's
It's a
going
new-
to happen at Maryland Sheep and Wool? Is there
So-
something that you're doing there too?
What we hope to do there, well, what we'll do there is we'll gather as many of the knitters as we can that are, in town, and we'll announce which one wore better. But we also are trying to figure out where we're going to put it, but we want to do knit a row and vote. Now, knitting a row or a round, with a yarn is going to tell you if you like how squishy it is, but it's not going to tell you how well it's going to wear. So.
Right.
But we'll try to find a spot. Gretchen already told me, yes, our booth size has doubled, but I don't have room for that in the booth. I'm like,
Well, if we can help in any way with that science-based knitting, let us know, because our best booth mate has left us for her own booth. Carol had shared booth with me for years. And she's gotten, after many years.
After 20 years of trying, I'm now an official vendor.
Congratulations.
So she,
Congratulations.
at the end, she was taking half of my booth because she has a lot of stuff. And so now Lily Marsh is coming and bringing her beautiful wovens. Hannah's coming and bringing her books. But books are condensed.
Heavy.
We can make room. We can make room for the socks. If you don't have room, we'll
Hannah,
figure out.
yeah. Hannah,
Let's
you better be
touch base.
coming up. You're coming, right?
Yep, I'll be there.
Okay, so that's good. The first full weekend in May, for those who don't have their calendars marked yet, shame on you. It's gonna be Saturday and Sunday, 7 and 8 May.
It marks the start of festival season for me kind of every year, even though we do have the fiber tour before that.
It's same here. It is the start. So, yeah, Hannah, you're going to be minding the box. Okay.
Yes, I can't wait to talk. I can't wait to talk about socks. I mean,
okay, great.
part of what's really exciting for me is that I get to nerd out about all these little tiny aspects. And MJ was just telling me about how the ply choices that we do at the mill, how those influence different sock yarns, and also about the twist. So MJ, would you mind just doing a quick rundown of that?
I'm happy to, because I'm a nerd about this too.
Me too.
Is a 3-ply. And if you think about it, all your favorite sock yarns are a 3-ply. And that really helps with the abrasion. But the other half of that is when we make it a 3, we want to twist it really tight. You heard the expression, you're losing a needle. We don't want anyone losing needles in this. You want it really tight, like 3.5 or maybe 4 twists per inch in the ply. And some people like making like a shawl with sock yarn, but no, this is not the kind of sock yarn you want to make the shawl out of. Here is this lovely 2-ply BFL merino, and it is so soft. That's what you want to make the shawl out of.
That's right.
Not this. This is truly sock yarn, and you really don't want to make a pair of socks out of this. It
No.
feels so soft and nice, but it won't wear.
I remember the first pair of socks I made out of merino, just plain old merino. And a week
Oh,
later,
dear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
I'm
dear.
sure you did.
Yeah.
So my messages on sock yarn are: I like it in a 3-ply, and I like it with a firm. I like it with a firm twist. Yeah, this is some of that. This is a little Romney is in this one too, but this
Oh,
is
nice.
a 3-ply, and just a 20% Romney to give it the gray, because you can't really get a Dorset in gray.
Nope, can't.
You could get your Cotswold in gray, though.
Yes, that's
You
true.
can. We have.
Yep.
Yeah, we have. That's really gorgeous.
I bet that's
Carol,
very
you're going to
silvery.
Maryland. What are you taking? What are you bringing to Maryland?
Well, I'm making a new wool right now.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh.
Am I making it?
Yeah, you're making my new wool, but I'm pin drafting it tonight. It's
I just lost the sound.
I think we lost you guys. Could you unmute yourselves?
we had a phone ringing.
We had an incoming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's about 15% Wensleydale, and then the rest is Corriedale, some natural and some white. And I'm
Ooh,
real
this is
excited about it. It's going to be a DK weight yarn.
I hope there's a
Gorgeous.
before the show shopping window.
Yeah.
During this
Only
time
if you help set up the booth.
I definitely am gonna help set up the booth. I'm driving down with the team, so that'll be fun.
Excellent.
Now, this is the natural colors that I've dyed. They're coming with me.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Groove,
Yeah. Yeah, from my garden.
Gorgeous. I can't wait to talk gardening with Carol. That's like very high on
Yeah,
my priority list.
I'll be by for that.
Yes.
Well, Hannah, let's go back to socks, because I feel like there's one more factor, and you pointed it out to me the other day, besides twist and ply, that you think really makes a good sock. And your opinion is?
Yeah, I think that gauge is really, really important for socks. I've been doing all these little experiments over the past few years that are all about the gauge on a sock, and I even released a pattern related to it called the Better Basic, that comes in 2 gauges, and 1 gauge is for superwash yarn, which loosens up over time and relaxes quite a bit, and then the other gauge is for non-superwash wools, and even non-superwash wools without nylon. And the idea being that if you knit it at that tighter gauge, it blooms into place.
Right.
And fills and creates this like really thick, sturdy fabric immediately if you knit it at the right gauge, versus if you give the fibers too much room to grow, then they're going to loosen up even more and get more and more comfortable and thin out your fabric. So with non-superwash yarns, that's important. But with superwash yarns, because they're already constrained in that plastic coating, plastic casing, so to speak, or chemical strip, then they start, rubbing against each other, but they don't have that fluff. And because it is also usually made with like a fine wool and not spun with a really tight twist, the fibers just drift, the plies just drift apart. No matter how many you have, you can have 6 or 8.
Yep.
So
what gauge do you like? Are you talking?
I like to do 9 stitches to an inch.
Nice.
Oh my God. My hand hurt just thinking about that.
That's my personal preference. I usually get that on zeros. With a fluffier sock yarn, a sock yarn that's got a lot of bloom but also has strength, so I would probably knit this sock yarn, or I will be knitting this sock yarn on a 1 to get probably like in the 7 to 8 stitch range.
Knit this on a 1.
Yeah, but
That's
not everybody knits at the same gauge, so
you should swatch.
You have to swatch.
Oh yeah, no, always.
Yeah.
Always.
I will definitely be trying it on 1s, 0s. I might even throw a double 0 in there, or a 1.5, and get really wild.
Our knitter, who wore through her socks just running around the house, she actually did do it at quite a loose gauge. She had like maybe six stitches an inch.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah.
she's a beautiful, help me, duplicate stitcher. She did a great mending job
Oh,
with
great.
it,
Oh.
but yeah, I second a firm gauge for socks, unless they're bed socks. Like if you know somebody who's going to be staying in bed, you know,
That's
for
what
an
the
extended
cashmere
period,
merino
I'd like
blends
to
are for.
then my cashmere comes out. Yes, exactly.
Some cashmere sleep socks. That's a good winner.
That's a luxury.
we have gotten ourselves to 7 o'clock. We just bumbled along here. How is it they say you've wasted another perfectly good half hour? But seriously, we really want to make a point of, for folks who are just joining us, to give a big shout out to Kathy and everyone at Solitude Wool. If you don't follow them already, be sure you like and follow Solitude Wool and meet Kathy and her partner Gretchen at Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival the first full weekend in May. In the
We're in
meantime,
the
you can meet
yep.
Hannah in person here in the Washington County Fiber Tour, April 23rd and 24th, or just come to Maryland Sheep and Wool, where we'll all be there.
And you can knit a row and vote.
Yes,
That's right.
knit a row
That's
and vote.
right.
And then
We're
your
going to be in
part.
the main exhibition hall. You guys, are you in your usual spot? You have your usual
yes,
spot
we'll
on the
be in
corner?
a tent by the south gate. And where
I'm
Excellent.
going to be on a tent on the side hill. I don't know what they call it. The north?
Oh, the north.
Yeah.
The north.
Hopefully you're on a hill in the
I'm
north
on the side
instead
hill.
of a flat in
Yes.
the north, because it gets wet in the flat.
That's your.
Yeah.
It's the first year. You'll
Yeah,
get
that's
inside
right.
soon.
I'm bringing lots of blocks. Level up
Smart.
the table.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we've
Not
had
your
that
first
problem.
rodeo.
Yeah.
Right.
And so one last announcement, and that is about our monthly community Zoom. So if you're a maker, a farmer, a designer, a yarn store owner, because next month's community Zoom is going to have a lot of more interest to the end user. Our first Zoom was fabulous. We had 30 people, and it was focusing on getting ready for shearing and what to do with your fiber after shearing. Hannah's great skills has that all summarized and in an
That's
e-news.
fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's got it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So we'll see everyone at another live in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from tonight, March 29th. And then we'll see people from the community Zoom in our Zoom. That's why they call it a Zoom on April 11th, I think.
12.
April 12th.
12.
April 12th. Okay. I think that's going to be a wrap. We ought to thank Kathy one more time.
Yes,
Thanks
thank
for
you
your
so much,
patience.
Kathy.
Oh, thank you guys.
Bye.
I
That
can't
was
wait
so
to
great
touch
to
this
see everyone.
yarn.
I know. I got it right here. Okay, everybody. We'll see you.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.